Brian Kelly. I work with Common Ground Montgomery in Montgomery, Alabama.
My name is J.B. Watkins. I'm the pastor of St. Roch Community Church in New Orleans.
My name is Timothy Mitchell, and we are here in Parker Street Ministries.
We have about 1,800 kids in our neighborhood that don't have a father in their life, that are running around the streets without a positive male role model.
It's just basically kids raising themselves and them being raised by the stuff that happens in the community.
We're the murder capital per capita of our nation, and so you have to bury kids that you know, and that's really, really sad days.
I was called to this. There's no other way to describe it. In fact, I tried to deny that sense of call for a long time, but God just wouldn't let me escape it.
This is what it meant to be a Christian. It meant demonstrating God's love and God's mercy and His justice in very tangible ways.
There are a ton of joys about living here. There are also some very difficult realities.
Well, it's a love-hate relationship. I love it because it's a place where you see authenticity, you see sincerity, you see community, you see hope.
When my 4-year-old goes riding his bike down the street, you know, it's the prostitutes, it's the drug dealers that get him out of the street because they know to look out for Levi. That's just what they do.
So when we launched our church back in 2007, our first event was an Easter outreach at my house, and we were just finishing up with the kids, searching for plastic eggs in the yard, when a neighbor decided he would resolve his conflict with another person by pulling out a gun and shooting that person dead in front of my wife and I. And that was our launch event for our church.
You know, first year we were here, one of the prostitutes that we would see out around the corner was killed in the park about 2 blocks up.
As of this interview, I actually had to bury a young person today. She was the victim of domestic abuse, and it's a family who attends our church, and it was very, very, very tough to have to bury such a young person.
The needs of a community like West Dallas are so profound, and they're everywhere. And so you feel a tendency or a tug to try and meet all of the needs.
A lot of times what happens is you take it home with you and you don't know how to deal with it in a way that allows you to have joy and peace, and in a way that allows you to not be destroyed.
The pressure of ministry, the pressure of the urban context, the constant needs, it doesn't leave us a lot of time for ourselves.
Most of the statistics point to people like me quitting within the first 5 to 7 years.
I'm 34 years old. I probably would have made it to 40 at best before I imploded at some point.
I've seen up close and personally how hard urban ministry can be and the toll it can take on a leader and on the family and on their children. And I've also seen the devastation that can happen when one of those leaders doesn't make it.